welcome to African News 24 TV. I'm Mary Adam, and it's great to have you with us as we dive into the biggest stories shaping the day. Let's begin in Guinea-Bissau, where the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has declared former President Goodluck Jonathan missing. Jonathan is in Guinea-Bissau to monitor the presidential election which took place over the weekend. But Jonathan and other election observers from ECOWAS, African Union and West African Elders Forum are reportedly stranded after the military takeover in the West African country. The latest now is that not only is the elder statesman stranded, ECOWAS has said it does not know his whereabouts. According to the spokesperson of the ECOWAS, quote, "I wouldn't say that he, Goodluck Jonathan, and others are trapped in Guinea-Bissau, but we don't know his whereabouts," end of quote. Back home and in security, the abducted priest in charge of Ebenezer Anglican Church in Chikun local government area of Kaduna State, Reverend EDWIN, ACHI, has died in captivity. The priest was kidnapped together with his wife and daughter by bandits from their residence in Nisa village near the Kaduna refinery on October 28, 2025. The abductors later contacted the family demanding a ransom of 600 million naira for the release of the victims. However, the Diocese of Kaduna Anglican Communion, in a statement shared on its Facebook page, announced the death of the cleric in the kidnappers' den. President Bola TINUBU has ordered the recruitment of additional 20,000 officers to the Nigerian Army and the police. The recruitment is in addition to the earlier 30,000 approved, bringing the total number to 50,000 officers. This development follows the President's declaration of a nationwide security emergency, which is in response to the security challenges the country battles in the northern part of the country. TINUBU directed that NYSC camps across the country be used as police training depots, while VIP police guards withdrawn are to be trained for redeployment to high-risk areas. Additionally, TINUBU directed the DSS to deploy forest guards immediately and recruit more to flush out terrorists and bandits. He also promised to support states creating security outfits and called on the National Assembly to begin work on state police. President TINUBU also appealed to herders to end open grazing, embrace ranching, and surrender illegal weapons, while paying tributes to victims of recent attacks and fallen soldiers, including Brigadier General Musa Uba. Meanwhile, some persons are commending the freedom of some of those abducted within the month. The African Democratic Congress, ADC, has cautioned President Bola TINUBU against entering any secret deals with bandits. The party says such actions could worsen Nigeria's security problems. Briefing journalists in Abuja, ADC spokesperson Bolaji Abdullahi said the government must explain how recently abducted victims, including church members in Kwara State and schoolgirls in Kebbi State, were released. Abdullahi questions claimed that kidnappers came out voluntarily or released victims because government asked them nicely, asking whether any ransom or weapons exchange was involved. The ADC also warned that negotiating with criminals only encourages more attacks, noting that bandits returned to Kwara State a day after earlier victims were freed and kidnapped 11 more people. The party also criticized the closure of 47 units of schools over rising insecurity, saying it shows weakness and tells the world that government cannot protect school children. The ADC is calling on the federal government to revive the Safe School initiative and urgently rescue all abducted students. Former Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Temipre Sylva has criticized the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission's decision to declare him wanted over an alleged $14.8 million fraud. This is contained in Sylva's letter to the Commission asking for a mutually agreed date for his appearance. Sylva cites an ongoing life-threatening medical condition as his reason for being absent. In the letter dated November 24 and acknowledged by the EFCC on November 26, Silva stressed that he remained willing to cooperate fully with investigators, noting that only someone in stable health can appropriately, fully, and responsibly respond to allegations he firmly denies. Silva recounted a series of events, beginning with what he called an unverified allegation linking him to a plot against President Bola Tinubu's constitutional authority. He described how the situation escalated into a military operation at his private residence, during which staff members were arrested and detained. The former minister said he was shocked to learn publicly on November 10 that he had been declared wanted, despite earlier cooperating with an EFCC invitation in December 2024, after which he was granted administrative bail on self-recognition and told he would be contacted if further clarification was needed. Reacting to claims that he jumped bail, Silva insisted no such incident occurred, as no bail conditions were ever set beyond the administrative recognition granted the previous year. After about a month of holding up on work, the demolition exercise in the OWORONSHOKI area of Lagos State has resumed. African News 24 TV correspondent Praise Adeleke, who is on ground there, reports that there is a heavy presence of security personnel, Lagos State Task Force, and officials of the Lagos State Building Control Agency. She reports that residents are expressing disapproval with the exercise, saying it's a painful repeat of the earlier incident about a month ago. Recall that there was a planned protest to express disapproval of the exercise, which residents say has left them homeless. The resumed operation is coming about a month after protest and resistance by residents. The demolition exercise has generated reactions, including from human rights groups like Take It Back and Amnesty International, who say the repeated incidents show a troubling pattern of forced evictions in OWORONSHOKI. While the Lagos State government insists the actions are tied to urban renewal and environmental enforcement, many residents argue they are still homeless from the first demolition, and new families are now being pushed into the same situation.
See people demolishing house. They demolish my 2 house, 3-bedroom flat and 2-room parlor self-contained. I'm a young guy. Where am I going to start? I don't know. Where am I going to start? I beg Nigerians to please help me with 5 kids. I'm a landlord. I have tenants. Now I'm homeless. I pray the Almighty God should help me, because I don't know where to start from. They demolished my 2 house on nothing. It's not good.
Akon gbọ́ fìdífìdí pé wọ́n máa wọlé èmi ò kì í ṣe landlord tenant ni mí tẹ̀tí landlord wa ń sọ fún wa pé ká fọkàn balẹ̀ pé wọn ò lè dọ́dọ̀ wa ká fọkàn balẹ̀ sèmi lọ síbi iṣẹ́ lánàá ibi iṣẹ́ làwọn ọmọ mi ti pè mí wípé wọ́n wọlé lánàá o wọ́n sọ pé àwọn ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn tó tán mo dẹ̀ ṣe wọlé lálẹ́ àná yẹn kí n tó wọlé láti iṣẹ́ lálẹ́ àná ilẹ̀ ti ṣú around 7 ni mo wọlé lálẹ́ àná mi lè kó nǹkan tó ló ti rẹ̀ mí so wàá máa di láàárọ̀ yìí nǹkan bíi 6 wọ́n ṣe dé nìyẹn àì sáré bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kó ẹrù àṣà ń kó wá síbí òun nìyẹn o.
The Lagos State AIDS Control Agency has launched activities for World AIDS Day 2025, pledging to strengthen HIV services across the state. LSACA CEO Dr. Folakemi Animashaun said the state remains committed under Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's leadership to ensuring uninterrupted access to treatment and prevention. She noted that the U.S. top work order earlier in the year disrupted community HIV programs, causing a sharp drop in testing. Lagos State conducted 222,415 tests from January to September, just 28.9% of last year's figure. Despite the setback, community groups have begun restoring outreach across affected areas. According to LSACA, Lagos currently has about 160,000 people living with HIV, with 147,466 on treatment. The ongoing statewide community HIV testing campaign has tested 9,943 residents so far, recording a 2% positivity rate, with all positive cases linked to care.
This year, our theme, Overcoming Disruptions, Sustaining Nigeria's HIV Response, resonates deeply with our shared experience in Lagos. It reflects both the challenges and the resilience of our communities. As of January to September 2025, Lagos State currently has an estimated 160,000 residents living with HIV, of whom 147,466 persons are on antiretroviral treatment. During this reporting period, a total of 222,415 tests were conducted compared to the same period last year. This represents about 28.9% of last year's testing. As part of this year's World AIDS Day agenda, Lagos State AIDS Control Agency has organized a series of activities designed not only to commemorate the day, but also to inspire, inform, and actively engage Lagosians in the HIV and AIDS response. Each event is carefully planned to foster awareness, early detection, and strengthen community resilience. The ongoing statewide HIV testing campaign remains the central activity of our commemoration. It ensures that residents across LGAs and LCDAs know their HIV status, support early diagnosis, facilitate timely linkage care to care, and sustain treatment adherence.
Let us head over to business. The African Development Bank Group has approved a $500 million loan to Nigeria to support the second phase of the Economic Governance and Energy Transition Support Program. The facility, approved by the bank's Board of Directors in Abidjan, will cover fiscal years 2024 and 2025. According to a statement by the AFDB, the program targets reforms in three key areas: strengthening fiscal policy and public financial management, accelerating power sector improvements, and supporting Nigeria's energy transition and climate action. It seeks to reduce energy poverty, improve sector governance, and attract private investment. The Director General of the AFDB's Nigeria office, Abdul Kamara, said the new phase will consolidate gains from the first phase and stimulate inclusive growth by fast-tracking structural energy reforms and boosting non-oil revenues. The program is expected to benefit major government agencies and enhance private sector participation in energy projects nationwide. Nigeria's economy is reaping significant benefits from the operations of the Dangote petroleum refinery, with the facility saving the nation more than 10 billion naira annually in foreign exchange, according to Mr. Sunday Son, Senior General Manager of Corporate Communications at Dangote Industries Limited. Speaking at the 2025 Media Week of the Nigeria Union of Journalists, Lagos State Council, Son highlighted the refinery's role in reducing foreign exchange outflows, driving GDP growth, creating jobs, and strengthening national energy supply. He added that the project demonstrates how private sector investments can unlock opportunities even in a challenging economic climate. Nigeria has long struggled with fuel import dependency, despite being Africa's largest crude oil producer. The Dangote refinery, valued at $20 billion, is seen as a game changer in reversing decades of reliance on foreign refined products. Industry experts note that beyond saving billions in foreign exchange, the refinery is positioning Nigeria as a regional energy hub and helping stabilize fuel availability. On the foreign scene, Guinea-Bissau's military high command has inaugurated General Houta Nta as the head of the military government. The development cemented a forceful takeover of power that began after the country's presidential election. The military, in a declaration announced on state television, said General Hota Ntah will oversee a one-year transition period. Ntah was the Army Chief of Staff until the coup and a close ally of deposed President Umaru Sissoco Embalo. Embalo's whereabouts remain unknown on Thursday. He told AFP that he was arrested by soldiers as gunshots rang out near the presidential palace. The opposition, meanwhile, alleged Embalo had fabricated the coup to avoid an election defeat in Sunday's closely contested presidential election. There have been reactions to what is going on in Guinea-Bissau. The federal government of Nigeria has strongly condemned the military coup in Guinea-Bissau, describing it as a serious threat to democracy and regional stability. In a statement signed by GUINEA-BISSAU, spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Nigeria expressed profound dismay and deep concern over the unconstitutional change of government in Guinea-Bissau. The Economic Community of West African States and the African Union have also condemned the coup, demanding the release of detained officials and a return to constitutional governance. Nigeria, as a key member of ECOWAS and the AU, has pledged to work with regional and international partners to ensure a swift return to normalcy in Guinea-Bissau. In sports, Arsenal moved to the top of their UEFA Champions League group yesterday after defeating Bayern Munich 3-1 at the Emirates Stadium. During Timber put Arsenal ahead in the first half before Bayern's Leonard Carl equalized. The hosts regained momentum after the break, with Noni Madueke restoring the lead in the 69th minute and Gabriel Martinelli adding a third following a goalkeeping error. The win extends Arsenal's unbeaten run and strengthens their chances of reaching the knockout stage. In contrast, however, Liverpool's poor run of form continued as they fell 4-1 to PSV Eindhoven in a Champions League group match at Anfield. PSV took an early lead through an Ivan Perisic penalty after Virgil van Dijk handled the ball in the box. Dominic Szoboszlai leveled for Liverpool in the 16th minute, but the visitors dominated the second half. Gustier restored PSV's lead before Kumba Drake scored twice to secure a convincing victory. The loss deepens Liverpool's ongoing struggles, marking their ninth defeat in the 12 matches and putting the Champions League qualification hopes under pressure. Nigeria is set to feature at this year's Junior Open Water Championship in Guinea-Conakry with two promising swimmers, Olaya Timile and Daniel Udo. Both athletes have been camped in Lagos since early November, undergoing intensive preparation under the supervision of the Nigeria Aquatic Federation. The federation's president, Duku Chamberlain, said the competition is an important step on the road to next month's Africa Youth Games in Angola. According to him, giving young swimmers international exposure before the multi-sports event is part of a long-term strategy to build a stronger pipeline of elite talent for Nigeria. Chamberlain added that open water racing presents tougher conditions than a regular pool, from unpredictable currents to demanding pacing decisions. He praised the athletes' discipline and commitment, expressing confidence that they will represent the country with pride as they depart on Thursday for the three-day tournament. Let's move over to entertainment. Singer Simi has publicly praised her husband and fellow artist Adekunle Gold after his recent London concert, describing the show as mind-blowing. In an Instagram post, Simi described Adekunle Gold as an exceptional artist, husband and father, and commended his talent, persistence and consistency She pledged her unwavering support, saying she will always and forever stand 10 toes behind him. She added that the concert reinforced his uniqueness and position in the industry, stating that he has no competition and urged him to keep on winning. The praise highlights not only public admiration for Adekunle Gold's performance, but also the strong personal support within their marriage, underscoring the dual role he plays in Simi's life as both partner and artist. Fuji music icon Wasiu Alabi Pasuma has marked his 50th birthday with heartfelt gratitude to fans, friends, and family who have supported him throughout his career. The celebrated singer, known for his dynamic performance and contributions to Nigerian music, took to social media to thank his fans for their unwavering love and prayers. Pasuma, who continues to be a major influence in the Fuji music scene, reflected on his journey and achievements, expressing appreciation for the opportunities and experiences that have shaped his life. Fans and fellow musicians flooded his platforms with messages of congratulations, celebrating both his career and personal milestones. That is all for now on African News 24 TV. Thank you for joining us. Remember to connect with us on all our social media platforms shown on your screen. And please visit our website at africannews24.ng for the latest updates. We'll return with more news in the next broadcast. I'm Mary Adam. Goodbye for now.